Well, the purpose of this video is to look at how we constructed a castle. So please comment, like and subscribe. As usual, started off with a drawing to create the sort of look and feel that I wanted. And then I sourced different recyclable materials. So this was things from rolls through to card and polystyrene, which are my usual things. I then started to put the frontage together, and this I started off with just the card skeleton, both for the towers and for the main frontage, and then after that it was followed by the attaching of the polystyrene, which I tried in different methods but found that the sheet method was possibly the best. Once the polystyrene was attached to the frontage, what I did was I actually had pins to keep it in place whilst it glued correctly. And then I added the wooden stirrers for the gates, just to start to give the feel for the actual frontage to the castle itself. I reviewed on the location to see if it was what I wanted, and it certainly seemed to fit the space because I had measured it prior, and I was building this away from the site itself. I viewed it from different locations so that I could actually see how this would look, and I was very pleased with how it was starting to take shape on the layout. I then started to add the other walls and turrets using the very similar process again, a bit with the card and the polystyrene, and then obviously sticking it together. Engraving the stone design was challenging, but then adding to the turrets also, and then it all started to take shape as it was all starting to be added together. I included inside the wall walkways where people would stand to look over the walls to protect the castle itself, and this was done by sheet polystyrene. I was constantly reviewing the build process as we went along, and it was quite interesting to see how it developed, but it was starting to take the sort of shape of which I was actually looking for, and I was very pleased with the process all in all. I started the inside of the keep with the living quarters. This was a 2-story high building which would go against the back wall. Again, same process, card and then adding the polystyrene, cutting it out, and then adding the coffee stirrers for the roof and the cake box lids for the windows. And I aligned this then with the main door and the eternal door, as you can see in this particular image. It worked out extremely well. I painted all of this then with a light acrylic putty, so the putty was watered down so it was like a very thin paint, and the idea was to make the polystyrene more hard. And then after that I started with the grey acrylic paint, again watered down so that it started to get the sort of effect that I actually wanted. I then added internally areas for the horses, so you'll see here with the yellow sticks that you're visible. These were like roofs where the horses would go underneath. And then I weathered the stonework with watered down acrylic paint, some black, some grey, just to get the look and feel of the weathered stone, and then painted the internal areas also. I think the good thing here was that the actual roughness of the polystyrene helped it to look real because of damage from war, etc. I reviewed again in the final location, which again looked even more impressive as time went on and as the whole building started to finish off and develop. And it fits into the landscape the way that I had actually envisaged, as you can see here from the house on the hill, which really worked well. The road also demonstrated the correct location and the actual walkway up to the castle frontage. And here you can see it viewing from the marshal yard, and again it adds to the whole setting as it over dominates the area. Close-up images to see the details of the overall build for the location was also important, so I took a lot of close-ups just to see how it would really look, and I liked the feel of the bridge. And this was the 4th version for this location, but it was well worth the time and the effort, and I did like the way that the bridge worked. The overhead gives another perspective, as you can see the landscaping, you can see all the work that I did with the light removable tunnel and also the links in between. At last I now can move on to the marshalling yard, but again a last look here at the castle over the top of one of the marshalling yard buildings shows how it dominates the skyline, so I was very pleased with the way in which this all worked out. Anyway, I hope that you found this useful. It's been quite a journey as we've gone through 4 different versions of this particular build. So thank you for your time. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.